Radium, Springs Neighborhood Association. And Nancy, without further ado, I'd like to call on you first and kind of give us an opening thought and where we should be thinking at this time.
Great, thank you very much. I'm here to present a request from the Radium Springs Neighborhood Association.
Nancy, then, if you would go back and stand right on the north face of those questions.
Will do.
It's hard to train us old dogs new habits.
Right here, is that good?
Yes, ma'am, that's perfect.
Great. And I'm representing Radium Springs Neighborhood Association, requesting that the Dougherty County Commission immediately begin formulating a noise ordinance. We know the damage noise does to one's health, and it is particularly disturbing when it intrudes on residential areas. The reason for our request at this time is to protect us from future industrial noise, such as Spectra Energy's Albany compressor station. This is just one of many reasons that Spectra's pipeline project is threatening our county. I commend this commission for writing to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission in opposition to Sable Pipeline. Citizens in Colquitt, Lowndes, and Dougherty counties have worked diligently to present viable alternative routes in less populated areas that would also be less damaging to the environment and less intrusive to landowners and residents. Spectra plans to put 159 miles of pipeline through Georgia to benefit its shareholders. More than 2,473 acres in our state will be destroyed during the construction process. More than 20 wells will be, and those wells that provide us with drinking water will be at risk during and after construction. This is of grave concern to us. And while this project impacts Dougherty to a greater extent, it also impacts Brooks, Colquitt, Lee, Lowndes, Mitchell, Terrell, and Webster counties. An issue of particular urgency is the pending permit from the Environmental Protection Division for the compressor station. Perhaps you're aware that Ted Turner and Greenlaw have submitted air pollution and health hazard concerns in their objections to the proposed site. Further, denial of the permit and a public hearing were requested. We're asking that you individually and collectively use your influence to ask Governor Nathan Deal to stand with us to move this pipeline and compressor station out of our region and to accept one of the proposed alternative routes. We know you're concerned, and we feel our governor will be concerned as well. The state EPD must permit the compressor station. We believe that the governor's insistence on a careful and thorough examination of the proposed location will result in a very different outcome for the citizens of Dougherty County and our region. Spectra plans on excavating a trench or tunnel under the Flint River. This action could cause sinkholes and threaten our water supply. Hydrologists and geologists have spoken out on this issue, but it takes a public outcry to be heard as far away as Atlanta and Washington. Spectra Energy has a terrible safety, environmental, and transparency record, including a record-setting $15 million penalty from the EPA for pipeline spills at 89 sites. We need Governor Deal to help our state remove draconian, eminent domain laws that allow this out-of-state company to seize land from unwilling owners for infrastructure processes. Most pipeline construction is performed by subcontractors, not by the company that took the easement by condemnation. According to the College of Agriculture in Penn State, this often means that landowner agreements with the pipeline company may or may not be honored in the actual construction process, leaving post-construction easement in less than satisfactory condition. What protection is given to our landowners other than expensive court costs when the pipeline company leaves town and leaves us, the taxpayers, with the consequences? For that matter, what protection is given to our county our region for problems developing from the pipeline. These are just a few of the larger policy questions that should be considered on the state level and should be considered by and instigated by our elected leaders. We urge you to take action now, because once this company receives the go-ahead from FERC, it'll be too late to undo the damage. In conclusion, we're asking that you prepare a noise ordinance to protect our residents from noise pollution. Use your influence and assistance in encouraging Governor Nathan Deal to stand with us to move the Sable Trail pipeline and compressor station out of our region, and your suggestion as to when we may follow up on these requests. Thank you very much.
One more, Nancy. Mr. Lyle, please.
I just wanted to say about the pipeline project, the county commission, I think, has taken the approach during this whole process of public meetings and scoping meetings and information meetings to attend and see what people's ideas were. We talked to lots of small groups of people who've been to neighborhood watch meetings to see those. Ms. Hall, former Commissioner James, has done a real good job, and John Hayes, Commissioner Hayes, of putting together a very good presentation with a lot of facts and videos. The County Commission also has produced 5 letters to Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, each one getting progressively more direct, I guess you would say, about our concerns about their follow-up or lack of follow-up to people's ideas. And I think this is a tangible thing the county can do, because we kind of felt like, the county commission doesn't really have a standing in this issue other than the safety of our citizens. And I think this is an opportunity for the county to take a tangible step as far as the sound ordinance to maybe get the attention of FERC and Sable Trail to do that. And I recommend we pursue that.
Thanks, Commissioner. Mr. Hayes, please.
Mr. Chairman, if you would allow us, I think we have a preview which you have previously concurrently shown. If I might just have a slight disagreement with my friend across the table, in that we should not underemphasize our rodents, and because our responsibility is the safety and welfare of our citizens. We indeed do have much to say about it. And while it is not ultimately not our decision where this thing goes, I think what we've done is absolutely been needed. We needed to issue a letter so that our intentions are known, our concerns are shared, that we hear from citizens across the community. But personally, we need to find that to be a bit more assertive about the concerns, about passing along the concerns that the citizens really have, and I think we can do enough of that. But the meetings were designed to inform our citizens of what we found in many of those meetings. I don't know about the one that you attended, but there's really an outcry about this nervousness. When you start looking at a community that's got poverty levels that we've got, when you look at an incidence of cancer that we have in this region, and now we're looking at the possibility of something being erected that would admit certain agents that could add to that and not help that. Yeah, we got a real responsibility here. And so we should not underemphasize that, but look at how we might better engage beyond just writing letters. Mr. Chairman, I can just say that there have been a series of informational sessions over the past several months. There are a few more that are planned. Commissioner Howard has one scheduled for the 27th. And we're glad that the City Commission is now joined in with us to share their concerns, because they're hearing much the same from citizens across the community that we're hearing. we need to begin find what path there is, what logical path, what appropriate path is for us to take to save more. So this thing is really the volume of concerns is really heard across the agency that's going to be responsible for ultimately deciding it. Actually, the folks we met on last week won't decide it, they commission it. So we understand that we will eventually make the decision about where this thing goes. There's a lot at stake here. We are hearing that FERC and SABE have had joint meetings with members of other communities, and we would like to have our board to come to some consensus and follow suit, follow that same path, and that is to have, or to request that board, that joint board, have a joint meeting with both city and county, both city and county regulatory bodies. But if we could, just show that brief, YouTube, Mr. Chairman.
We've got 2 or 3 other folks that'd like to speak before the show. Next, Commissioner Stone, please.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to say something. He was talking about John being here today. Also, I don't think you saw him come in, but our mayor is here today too.
I'm not that on my agenda.
I guess she's here to try to help everybody out on this thing.
Commissioner Howard. Hello, Mayor.
On this situation here, where we've started, what we've done and so forth, we need all the darn help we can get. I promise.
BJ Fletcher.
Thank you, Dad.
We had a couple of other folks that wanted to speak prior to showing the YouTube. So would you please stand? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Chairman Senior, Mayor Hubbard, Commissioners, and other city and county officials. I am Yvonne Reese, a citizen and taxpayer of Dougherty County. I am here today to ask you to take whatever action necessary to prohibit the Sable Trail pipeline from interrupting the livelihood and well-being of the citizens of Albany and Dougherty County. If the proposed compressor station is placed off Highway 91 in South Dougherty County, it will be in the middle of hundreds of homes, as well as schools, churches, and businesses within a 2 to 3 mile radius. This includes our airport and the water, gas, and light treatment center. There are many hazards of compressor stations. Some of those hazards include explosions, fires, leaks, spills, emission of volatile organic compounds, and nitrogen oxides. There are many children and adults in our community with asthma and other respiratory conditions. The emission of these compounds and oxides will further aggravate these conditions. In addition, the emission of these compounds can cause serious adverse health effects, which includes environmentally induced cancer, early childhood mortality, childhood learning defects, and other problems. Would you want a compressor station in your front door or your backyard? Sable Trail needs to find a location in a remote area that is not surrounded by so many people. Sable Trail has already bought the land, which defies federal NEPA regulations. Please do whatever is necessary to keep Sable Trail pipeline and compressor station out of our community for the safety and well-being and livelihood of our children and the citizens of Albany and Dougherty County. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, ma'am. Is there another speaker? If not, we will.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Jennifer Maloney. I live on the corner across the street from where the compressor station is supposed to be going. I don't even know where to start, but I'll try to make it brief because I did not have anything prepared because we had an issue with our well this morning. My husband was supposed to be here. That's a concern of ours in addition. Our well table has dropped 10 feet We had issues 2 years ago, and we woke up with no water again today. So, besides that being an ongoing issue, our well's also been hit by lightning several times, which also concerns me about a compressor station going out there. Aside from all the other concerns that you've heard, hear from someone who lives across the street who will be directly affected. My husband has seizure disorder. The noise emissions, there have been clinical studies to show that noise emissions can cause issues with people that have seizure disorders. Me and my husband are not prepared to financially, emotionally, be prepared to relocate. We will have to uproot, we will have to leave. Hopefully maybe I can transfer with my job. We have no intentions on staying. I open up my front door now, I can hear a pin drop. Of course not during the day when the trucks are going by. They're trying to say it's 55 decibels. That's a lie. You could listen and watch all the YouTube videos you can to see how loud this is. It will be a constant 24/7 non-stop, like a freight train or like a semi-truck driving by. Okay, at nighttime they're saying that, at daytime there's studies say it's 45 decibels right now. That's a lie. That's not 10-degree difference between a compressor station and absolutely nothing in the middle of nowhere except for quiet residential areas. Okay, I can hear hoot owls out my door through my window. That will cease. They will be dislocated, displaced. This is the reason why I live out in the country, to have peace and quiet, not to have my health, my husband's health, our property devaluated. Of course, the house's property will drop. That's going to be less tax for you all. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the property value is going to drop in my house, because who's going to want to live across the street from something so noisy? Aside from all the health issues that we've, thank you, that you've heard, that the other ladies excellently outlined, I just wanted you to hear firsthand from someone who will be directly affected. I appreciate everything that you can do to help us.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. At this time, are we prepared to put the YouTube in? Yeah, come on.
Okay. My name is Sonia Gillespie, and hello, everybody. Just like Jennifer, I live around the corner from the proposed compressor station location. Several months ago, my main focus was the relocating of my son's school to another school, and then possibly dismounting that program. I was concerned about that because I honestly believe that the children are our future. Their safety and health, well-being is more important than anything else. So I was told there was initiatives to get Dougherty County together as far as the schools, make it a better place for the kids to be. There have been initiatives on television, locally in the paper, talking about bringing new businesses into Albany, trying to make it a better place to live, trying to make it more lucrative, just making it what it should be. So in the interim, you can imagine my shock and awe, for lack of a better word, when I realized that there was this monstrosity of a compressor station proposed to be built right on Newton Road. I've flown into the airport over there. As I said, I live around the corner. When it's late at night, you can hear motorcycles going down the street, and that block's parallel lines. So that's just a block over. So that's just how quiet it is. I can only imagine what it would be like with that compressor station being around the corner. So that really concerns me. All these initiatives have been put in place as far as building the Dougherty County, building Albany downtown, new businesses coming and stuff. So it really perplexed me when I saw that this St. Louis Trails has been allowed to not only put in motion, but start making steps and taking steps towards purchasing property and stuff to get a this compressor station built that hasn't even been approved.